our yellow Night Elf player in the upper left-hand side of Terraner's stand. He made one sentence pretty famous in Anaheim, and that was bark for Ark. And I really don't want to make up a rhyme with his name. It's Doug. Here we go, we do.
Yeah, there's a couple good ones you probably could have made up there, eh? But that's okay. Maybe next time. But yeah, I'm excited to see this. It looks like Duck is opening up with just a ghoul opener. Could be Crypt Lord expansion. Duck, I think, he talks a lot about how he, I don't have time to practice Crypt Lord. I don't have time to practice this and that. But, oh, no Crypt Lord. DK. Okay, I like this a lot on Terraner's stand, actually. So Duck's going to play super aggressive here, just right in Ark's face. And we just see a standard play from Ark, Demon Hunter. So it looks like nothing scary here so far, Neo. But I really think that Duck's going to put on some aggression early on.
Oh man, I'm quite curious about this now. DK double Ziggurat could still be a lot of stuff. Could be early aggression, as you say. Could be a mercenary camp early for this big item. Could be an expansion. The world is his oyster for the Night Elf race. It's oftentimes the same with every single hero you got. Lightning Shield creep, boom. Get these 2 sweet items. Get maybe even a Shadow Priest that heals you up a bit so you save Moon Juice. All that good stuff. So Ark in his match against Kiwikaki, his focus fire was really, really good. But he constantly forgot to bring Wisps to a fight. I hope he can change that aspect of his match today.
Yeah, pulling the Lightning Shield, though, so far so good. Hopefully he doesn't steal anything of the AOW or the Lightning Shield itself, but it's looking like a good creep so far. Duck doesn't actually have anything here. Like no ghoul pulled or anything to stop this, so could be a quick level 2 for Ark. Good item. Scroll of the Beast is a decent. And okay.
DK instant expo. Here comes the Wisp. Not sniped at all, so gets off a good detonate. Getting rid of a couple of skeletons as well as the DK picks up the Talisman of Evasion. And yeah, he knows this now. Of course, there's a second Wisp around, but he can't stop the Blight until the Ziggurat is gone. So I wonder when he's gonna make his way over to harass this.
Yeah, really liking Ark's Wisp movement and his Wisp control. Like, he has full map control and everything that's going on. He's got a Wisp at the top of the Merc camp. He's taking the mid, the entire mid right now. Level 2 on the Demon Hunter, claws of attack as well. Definitely doesn't hurt. And Duck's going to get rid of one of those Wisps before the Dedo, actually, which is pretty good. But Ark is, like you said, fully aware of what's going on and putting himself into a really good position here as he is probably going to tech up right away.
He is counter-expanding, actually, on tier 1.
Oh, the tree! Yeah, he is. Oh, okay. All right.
That's interesting. He's queuing a couple, or he was queuing a couple of more Wisps to get the lumber in to start the tech finally. As we're all aware, Night Elves can do that at the same time. And it's not even necessary to go for too many units with that, I guess. If you really need some, you can still get them from the mercenary camps in no time. Oh boy. Ark stole the mercenary camp away from the undead, and that's a potion of greater mana.
Yeah, the DK already has no mana burn going in, and he's only got ghouls right now. 1 Nerubian, and he hasn't quite saturated that gold mine. So actually, with these mercs, Ark can do a lot of damage here. Nice block so far from Duck, gonna save that ghoul. But if Ark decides to put on a little bit more pressure, he could, not only is he buying time for his own expansion, which Duck isn't aware of, he's actually sending a Skelly to the main base. I don't think he's going to see it, but nice dust going down, going to kill an archer. But Ark is doing a good job right now, because I think if he gets his expansion up, he might do some, I don't even know, like double lores into mass dryads. I mean, what's the play here when you're going up against like a DK expand? I don't know, but the Crypt Lord we usually see, but this is a DK, right? It looks like Ark's gonna actually get trapped. He might have staff out.
Yeah, is there staff now? Yeah, I was afraid for a second that Duck steals the tele staff, because then it would have been the town portal or a big potion, but actually, no, gets it all. And yeah, now it's a good question, man. What's next for Ark and what's next for Duck? They could pretty much play all. You can stay on ghouls, you can switch to fiends, you can go for gargs, and then I guess the Night Elf has to react to this a little. Mass Dryads are like a thing of 2008-ish, can still be good. You could go for bears as well. If you do go for bears, you need mountain giants as well. Or you could go for hippos, like There's so many possibilities nowadays.
Yeah, and Ark's going to pick up the pendant from the Expo. I think both players are just getting really, really good creeping going. Level 3 for both players. Duck about to get his level 3 from the natural expansion. He's actually putting down the Blight Skull.
There's a lot of poison, dude!
Yeah, taking quite a bit of damage from this camp.
Yeah.
He's going to get level 3. He might keep the ghouls, but I don't know if he can finish this. Healthstone's going to grab... These are great items!
Through the board... I mean, the Talisman could be better for sure if you get a Claws +9 for that or something, but Scroll the Beast can come in handy if Ark does forget about the Wisps again. But yeah, for the Demon Hunter we got Claws and Pendant, so very dependent on what the second hero is. If Duck decides to go for Gargs, which he probably is with that double crit.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ghouls. I would say he's probably doing like a ghoul Garg play. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have been upset with losing some of them to make up for some food count if he was going to go into like double pump fiends or something. So yeah, I kind of like this map for Gargs. Got a lot of tree line near the Merc camp. You can kind of like run away, especially at the expansion, which we know Ark has. It's going to force Ark to probably put an AP there or, you know, some anti-air there. So yeah, I kind of like this map for Ghoul Garg play. And Duck's been able to creep the like, majority of the map. He's got some good items. As soon as he's tier 2, probably going to see a second hero come out. And yeah, it's up to Ark again to react. And I mean, now that you know, it looks like Panda second, maybe Ark knows.
Yeah, pretty sure. There's a Wisp at the Mercenary camp. Maybe use that one or just feels it with the expansion. But that Panda needs to do some work here, man. He needs to get level 3. He needs that sweet level 2 Breath of Fire. And now we're waiting for tier 2 to finish to see if we cursed the build or if we were right. Give me that Garg, baby. I don't want to look stupid here. Gargs it is. Bidu, we are so pro.
Yeah, I just feel like, thank God we got that one right, you know? But, yeah, I just think with the ghoul count, there's just way too many ghouls. A transition to fiends would just be really weird, because you'd have to sack those ghouls eventually. But I like the play, you know, builds up the ghouls now, so it could be like a giant ghoul guard push, maybe at like 6 guards or something like that. But at the same time, Neo, this is a Panda with a potion of greater mana, a wand of mana stealing, which he just picked up, and a pendant of energy. If this Panda gets level 3, I think Duck's strategy is kind of going to be stopped before it even starts.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of mana to me if you describe it that way. And you know what? There's also a Tome of Intelligence, a little more intelligence, a little more mana, pretty much on the ground there. And Ark is reacting to this. Puts down an Ancient Protector, puts down another Ancient Protector, so base and second base should be fine. And the Panda is already very, very close to 3.
Yeah, Ark got a dead giveaway there, actually. Bringing the Demon Hunter across the map into Duck's base, he definitely would have seen a Fiend. It'd be very weird if Duck was just hiding 4 Fiends in the back of his base. He knows it's Garg's 100%, and the early APs, double lores. I mean, Ark's got tons of economy, and here we go, Mass Dryad pump. And this Panda, dude, is so close to level 3.
A player's force
I can't believe that Ark's been able to creep up like this. I mean, the Lich is coming for Duck right now, but he's like barely... Look at the DK health. Taking a lot of damage. Like, Ark's playing really well here.
I agree, and there's gonna be a lot more ghouls lost if he continues to play that way. Like, creeping the upper right and bottom left spots with ghouls is kind of a suicide squad. Oh, Book of the Dead. He wanted to trap them there. Nice play by Doug. Oh, it does work out in the end, as Ark is not fast enough with his reaction. Doesn't use the TP to dodge that coil, and down he goes.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see. The Panda's still alive, though. Still going to get level 3, but this gives Duck the ability to creep up level 4 DK, and hopefully level 2 or level 3 Lich. The guard count's starting to get a little high now. No upgrades yet. I'm surprised that Duck doesn't even put down maybe a 3rd crypt. Probably going to see like a slaughterhouse or something going down soon, because I feel like he's got the economy to do way more than just double crypt. He's had the expansion for a while, poised for 80 supply with the Ziggs at the expansion. He's got a sack pit too. This might be late tier 3 frost rooms, and yeah, I think the boneyard's going down right now, Neo.
Ooh, waiting for it. Where is it? Not there yet.
She's down, big boy, right above the altar.
Right above the altar, indeed. There it is. I'm a little blind. I really do need glasses. But man, that's going to be tons of damage. Lich is out as well. Robe of the Magi, well found there. Book of the Dead, got the kill. That was nice. Demon Hunter back. He's finally getting some connection here. And it's a lot of piercing damage.
Yeah, so the question is, how long does Duck stay at 50 food? Because Ark right now is comfortable sitting. You know, he's going to get the bear upgrades. He's already got a druid coming now. And yeah, before this gets really dicey, like Slaughterhouse coming down too. So Duck is just really preparing for a late game. Doesn't know what to expect yet. Just starting to creep out. This is looking good. The Lich definitely has to go home and grab an orb. Duck is actually good enough to just get backpack and like bring a ghoul over if he wants to, but he'll probably just end up going home anyway. And yeah, I mean, Ark's got the hero levels. 3/3 is good. He's got the items. Does he have the orb on his Demon Hunter? He does. He's got a staff as well. Looking good for both players, but I think that, you know, it's going to come down to whenever Duck wants to break. And double Slaughterhouse as well. Is this just going to be like mass A-bomb Frostworm? Like, is he just going to go ham here? Straight up to 80? That'd be nuts, dude. Look how much he's banking. And yeah, he's popping now. So here comes the Frostworm, a couple more Gargs. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a statue or two and then just mass A-bombs.
Yeah, it felt like it was a little bit of a mistake by Kraft versus Sonic earlier today when he had no statues when it went to the super late game stages. And having a little bit of mana and HP regen, especially against the Panda AoE, can be pretty nice. We do have the Subby Mask, but of course that single target healing down the road. I would love to see more and more heal scrolls for Duck. He really needs them against this Panda. That's pretty pimped. Level 3.5 after this camp, I guess. And as we said before, like, so much mana.
Yeah, I agree with you. If he's not going to grab the statues, okay, he's going to grab one statue and then, yeah, just a mass abomination. Still no upgrades, but he's actually going to make 90 supply. And Duck's going to be able to get away with this, man. Ark's here, but this army is very, very small. The Bears don't have master training, and Duck's hit a window here where if Ark sticks around, he could hit a really bad fight. The orb is on the Lich now, and he actually pulled a scroll, 2 scrolls of healing. So if Duck micros this well, then this could get really, really dicey for Ark, especially if looks like Duck's going to move those Gargs into the tree line and get like a way better push. Ark's actually bringing his Zeppelin into the expansion. This could be very, very tricky here, very risky, especially if Duck just targets that Zeppelin, forces a TP.
Okay, is he going for it though? Breath of Fire was nice. He's just right-clicking on the Haunted Gold Mine, which definitely buys him some time. Duck is a little greedy, doesn't want TP here. So this is damage done for Ark, certainly, but when can you get out? Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze,
you gotta TP now, bro. You gotta TP now. You're gonna lose a lot here if you don't TP.
So
there we go.
Yeah, the bear just wiped out, deleted by these Frostworms. And now he knows, oh, hell yeah, brother, it's time for me to spend my gold as well. For just before this push, there was like a big imbalance between the resource, like 1,400 gold and barely any lumber, but he bought a shredder, and that fixes the imbalance.
Yeah, and Ark's army looks like 66 supply, but we can't always look at the supply, ladies and gentlemen, because there's Mountain Giants coming out, and I think they are each 17 supply apiece.
17?
So
okay.
I would, yeah, man, they don't, yeah, the army for Ark is not as big as you think it is. Not to mention these Mountain Giants aren't even out of the lures yet, and Duck's ready to take a fight. 2 A-bombs, they have Disease Cloud. Here comes the ghouls, here comes the guards. Nice heal scroll right away, and the bear's taking some damage. Might have to staff it out. Doesn't staff the first bear. This is a huge loss already. Staff one of them. There we go.
There's one. And more right clicks on this worm. Needs a coil soon. Uses the heal scroll for it. Actually, there's not too many coils anymore. Burned immediately. The burns are really good for Ark. And Duck really doesn't want to lose his Frostworm against Dryads. That's quite hard to do, though. There he is.
Whoa. He actually Dark Ritualed the Frostworm for more Lich mana.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to deny, so Ark doesn't get the experience.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a good transition for Duck. He took a good fight, and he's just transitioning into mass A-bombs now. He knows that Ark's saving grace are these Mountain Giants. Ark is investing so much into them, and A-bombs absolutely hard counter Mountain Giants. So, and there's just Dryads on the ground as well. So I think Duck's still in a really good position. Really good fight though from that Panda. So Ark survived. But now we're looking into Tri-Hero. There's not many creeps left. I think, yeah, Duck didn't finish the bottom expansion. Don't think the top expansion's been touched yet. And Ark is going for a double expand, Neo. This guy's a madman.
Let's see
Went
how
behind,
long.
try to get ahead. This is crazy.
Let's see how long that lasts, though, against Abominations. And are there some ghouls left? Yeah, they are. And there's no Nature's Blessing. I highly doubt.
He's gonna TP to it. He's TPing to it. Oh, he just stopped. No way!
Wanted to fake the TP, buy some time, I guess. Doesn't help in the end.
That was a sick play, though. Duck actually backed off for a bit, and if Ark's army was able to catch up in time, that would have been sick. He probably should have TP'd a little earlier in that case, but he's going to lose the tree anyway, and here comes a fight, and Duck's guards on the left-hand side going straight for the Dryads. The Dryads actually not attacking too much, trying to run away, but the A-bombs at the front line, this is just doing so much damage. I don't know if Ark can actually withstand this. The Panda needs some crazy Breath of Fires right now.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He's about to pop, though. Needs the Invul Potion soon. Despite the anti-magic, spells can't do anything to him, but the ghouls can. And Ark! Last second staff. That's indicates pretty good ping. Still 70 supply. But these Mountain Giants, if they are trapped, Duck with good micro, blocking them, doing more damage to them. That's level 5 on the DK after another bear falls. This melee army for Ark is screwed.
Yeah, and Ark's staff's on cooldown. He's actually just nuking down the Demon Hunter at this point. Losing these Mountain Giants are way too huge. There's 5 A-bombs here, Neo. If Ark loses a Mountain Giant, I mean, he already can't contest this. The Gargs are still strong. Look how many Gargs are still in the air. Actually, Ark had one of probably the worst Breath of Fires I've ever seen in my life right before this the staff came off. But Duck is doing really good. 86 supply. Ark, I don't even know what Ark does at this point. Like, the late game Elf just doesn't seem to be able to compete with this. And this isn't, there's not even a Frostworm here.
You absolutely need Chimeras at this point when there's so many A-bombs. We saw it from Neutron a couple of times that this can work with the transition, but usually you have to take out the Gargs before, so this is an absolute overwhelming mass for Doug. Ark tried, but maybe the expansion was a little too greedy. Maybe the staying in upkeep was a little too greedy. And now it feels like everything that Duck is targeting is falling. Gets a sweet little double surround with his entire army on the bears. Opens it up now, trying to save this Naga, and it's working. Invul Potion, nice. I feel like this Demon Hunter, who's still not level 4 by the way, his progress to level 3 was great, but afterwards just fell off a cliff. And
Demon Hunter dies, yeah. That's too much. I think there's just way too much stuff here. Not as much. Like, I thought that maybe the Breath of Fires could do a little bit more damage, but I don't know if Ark's just not hitting them or if Duck's buying like heal scrolls and I'm not seeing them being popped. I know there's one on the Naga. Really nice save on the Naga there as the Demon Hunter dove in, but there's just way too much stuff. And like you said, I think the only thing is mass chims, but at this point, there's definitely not enough time. I mean, looking in the main base, I don't think Ark's going to have the time to do this. And the expansion's going down. 90 supply for Duck. And yeah, this is just a really, really well-played game. And when you're looking at this Night Elf army, like, when is the right transition for Chims? Maybe instead of going for that second expansion, playing a little greedy, maybe instead that's when you drop your Chim Roost. Maybe don't try to force a fight. I can only think of, like, a passive way to stop this, you know? Just playing super defensive, trying to defend. But it looks like Ark went on the offensive to try to get that second expansion up, and I think that cost him.
Yeah, that was a pretty expensive game in general by Duck, but if this expansion comes up pretty much uncontested, then you can afford the world as an undead. Doesn't really matter. And this is GG. This is the game for Duck.
Yeah, really well played.
Just like that. Cool opening, boom, Garg. We see more and more Gargs here, actually, in the entire scene, pretty much. And this worked out pretty nicely, Carson.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty clean. Duck got that Expo up pretty much uncontested, as did Ark. Ark, with a little bit of sloppy creeping at the beginning, did deny one of those creeps, so it delayed his level 2. So he had to, he actually got the level 2 from a nice detonate on some skellies, and then he went to the middle of the creep, being a little bit delayed. Whereas maybe he could have ran across the map and punished that expansion from Duck a little bit easier with that level 2 Demon Hunter a little bit sooner. But yeah, the late game, I think you just have to do a little bit more damage if you're Ark in that position. To the ghouls, you have to slow down the creeping as much as you can. You have to stop that Lich from getting level 3 ideally. And just take some early game fights with those early Dryads. But Ark didn't really do much damage at all. And then Duck got that crazy army that it's super hard for the Night Elf to deal with. You could really only go Mountain Giants or Chimeras like you guys were talking about. But there was so many Gargoyles as well. And the Abominations. You just have a hard counter to every unit. And yeah, I'd just like to see Ark do a little bit more damage in the future if he does face the fast expansion from Duck.
Yeah, a bit of a early game. I think both players kind of got away. Duck didn't get much more out of his expansion than Ark did. I think when I checked the end of the game, Ark had 5,900 left. Duck had 44. So they both got their expansions up relatively early. It was just a big matter of you know, what the economy went into, and I just feel like the mass A bombs obviously hard counter almost everything on the ground, and maybe that second expansion probably want to turn that into a double chim roost and try to go from there. But even though, like, even if you pop like let's say 4 chims and you have 90 supply, Duck was able to keep so many of those Gargs alive. Like even at the end of the game, he still had 8 or 7 or 8. So I don't know, like it just really well played by Duck.
How was that even possible? There were a million breaths of fire plus the big
I have
mana
no
potion.
idea. I have no idea. Like Scrolls of Healing, good unit. I don't know.
This was interesting for sure. Let's see if this will be the same on the next map as we go. Like we have here in the Americas a little bit of the curse still with the 2 O's, lots of 2 O's here. One of the players oftentimes dominant. Now Terran Stand was Duck's pick, and now we go into Ark's map, that is Last Refuge.
Yeah, Last Refuge, pretty common map. I think it's the most balanced map. I think it's the most neutral. A lot of matchups play it.
And definitely a chance for more ghouls and more Gargs, as Vortex has displayed it before on this very map against Neutron. Wonder if these guys saw it, and if we take a similar approach to the matchup. So we've loaded in, we are ready. This is Last Refuge. Alright, there we go, baby. Duck in the bottom left in the red, Ark in the upper right in the yellow. With what can he come back? Like, can he switch up heroes, maybe Bidou? How good is his keeper? How good is eventually his warden?
Ark's keeper is very good, and I would say that Ark is probably one of the only Night Elf players in NA, other than maybe Longwalk, that actually will attempt a warden, and it's not too bad. He played it a lot in league matches. It's really going to come down to like Ark's comfortability, man. Maybe he's tilted, maybe he's feeling the pressure. I have no idea. Ark isn't one of those guys that really deviates from his plan. I feel like when he goes in with a game plan, he's really just going to stick to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just see Demon Hunter again.
Yeah, this should be, this is the standard. This is what we see. On the other side, is Duck being a little more creative? Nope, DK it is. Second Ziggurat it is. Could just be the same strategy. Like, if he's sure that Ark is spending time north to creep up, to focus on his level 2, 3 Demon Hunter, then there could be time for an expansion again.
Yeah, I think so. I think Duck's going to do it. I mean, if he's not going to go Cripplord expand on this map, his DK expand looks pretty good. So, and we're seeing that work out for him. So I like it a lot. I like how the NA players too aren't just like playing the meta like a bunch of robots. You know what I mean? Like, hats off to the NA scene. We actually just want to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Cripplord's good, yes, but you know what? People probably go into it assuming that the hero's going to get nerfed anyway. We're starting to see nerfs already. So I think I really got to tip my hat to players like Insup and Duck and players that just, you know, let their skill carry them rather than, you know, like imbalanced Reddit post. And, you know, don't let the Reddit tell you how to play the game, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, we're going to see an expansion again.
All right, does he? Yep, double skull, nice. But there's
The town is under siege.
2, 3 wisps nearby. 4 wisps, actually. Big commitment by Ark to just get rid of this blight early on. The Acolyte actually might be in trouble.
Yeah, there's a bit of a misrally from Duck's Acolyte, and Duck's gonna actually back off and creep the green instead. A little bit of misdirection from his Acolyte. He might queue another one. He is queuing another one up, but this is gonna delay him. And like you said, the wisps are here. Ark's wisp control last game was phenomenal. Demon Hunter's here now, though, so if you're Duck, do you go for the expansion right in Ark's face anyway and try to no-respect him? Or do you give him a little bit of respect and maybe deviate? The Acolyte's out now, so you do have to make a decision.
Yeah, I think he's still going for it.
The balls on this guy.
Yeah, I thought he would just, like, cancel it, go tech with all these wisps here, but he didn't even do too much damage on the Demon Hunter. Like,
yeah, Archer here as well, and Ark's gonna wrap all the way around town and come back down, and this is I don't know, man. This could be Ark doing a lot of damage, especially if he can get this Acolyte dead. And here we go. Ark's here right in his face. Skelly's going Dispelled again, but Duck did have one of them split off. He's going to keep one, which is good. And the only real steal here that the Demon Hunter can get is this Ogre Magi with the Mana. So both the Trolls are going to go to Duck. So far, Duck's very close to level 2. This is an important steal. Mana Burn could do it. Oh, he whiffs the Mana Burn, but he gets the last hit anyway. That's insane. And the item. Claws of Attack.
That was a really good steal for Ark, and maybe if you're facing elimination and game 1 is like kind of down the dumpster despite great items, this is one of these moves that can definitely get you back into the game psychologically.
Absolutely. Duck's got the economy right now to put down that gold mine, but I think he wants to be a little bit more sure. Probably trying to get this surround on the Demon Hunter, actually. Pops 2 more Skellies, and the Archers are here being super annoying, but they're going to back off, and I'm not too sure what Duck is waiting for. On the expansion, he should be able to put it down. Got the wood, he's got the gold now. Maybe waiting for that Nerubian first.
We saw it before
There's
that
a lot of
some
archers.
undeads put down Ziggurat and then Necro to be very, very safe, especially the second Necro, to be able to tech them as well. But yeah, this is definitely a little delayed, and Ark is getting some damage on these ghouls. It's not gonna be easy for Doug.
This is still a really good early game, like you said, for Ark. I mean, this is not going to be easy at all. Ark actually not going for his own counter expand this time, just going straight for a quick tech. So we'll see the deviation already as soon as Ark hits tier 2. Probably going to grab a second hero and continue this pressure. I mean, dude, this expansion is still not up. You just have a token Nerubian out in the middle of nowhere. And so far, the early game for Ark looking really good. He might get really close to level 3 if Duck gives him this camp as well. And the Archer from the top is going straight to the tavern right in time to pick up a hero. And is it Panda? Is it Alchemist? Probably Panda again. We'll see. It is going to be Panda again. Wow. This is a really good early game from Ark, man.
Absolutely. The Demon Hunter level 3 is absolutely necessary, but yeah, with one more kill, he gets that. And with that Breath of Fire, he pretty much attacks his entire, the entire army of Duck here. And he can burn so much out of the Demon Hunter now, of the DK now.
I think a big factor as well, Duck does have Dust, but there's still so many Archers alive. And I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Ark kills a couple ghouls. There's no coil, no mana for coils. All these ghouls are susceptible. If he can figure out a way to navigate around this Nerubian, he is actually wedging into the expansion. He could just cancel the mine, but the ghouls are swarming on top. But I feel like there's a lot more Archers than ghouls at this point now.
Yeah, looks like it. Even the Acolytes are fighting. Next Breath of Fire. Demon Hunter is a little bit in trouble, but he can always TP out. Well, we thought that on map 1 already, and boom, he was dead. But maybe it's time for a retreat to R, gather his forces, get some more mana, get the tier 2 rolling. Unfortunately, his Hunter Soul was a little... Not only a little bit, was very delayed, so lores should only be coming up now. And that helps Duck for sure.
Yeah, the lures are very late. Obviously, you know, Ark had time to grab a Panda, go to Timmy's, grab a coffee, and come back and still no lures. So I would say that's very, very late. But the surround on the Demon Hunter! Is this what Duck needs to buy the time? Because this is going to be a forced TP.
Absolutely.
Is this what Duck needs? That was a huge amount of time. That means the mine goes up. I don't know where Duck put his Acolytes. Okay, they're in the army, like you said. So he's got 4. Necropolis going down. That is a really unfortunate TP from Ark. And now he's got to go back to his main base, heal up, and go. And this is kind of scuffed macro. Like you said, there's only 1 lore going up, tech to tier 3. And for some reason, I think maybe the Wisp pulls kind of hurt Ark because he seems to be wood starved.
Again, seems to become more of a problem for Night Elves these days. Longer starving. But I kind of like it despite of that. So he can harass now with the Demon Hunter. And he can also at the same time creep his Panda up to level 3 that was so essential to deal with these ghouls. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, you would want to be in the face of your opponent. You want to show presence and do damage. But sometimes, you know, you need to step back a little, gather your forces and become stronger to then destroy.
Absolutely. I think like now that the expansion for Duck is up, if he just dove into it, probably takes some bad fights, lets Duck snowball out of control with just having that economy lead. Now you know, okay, the expansion's up. I've delayed it a lot. I'm just going to go creep. Oh man, Neo, he gets level 2 on his Panda with True Shot aura for the Archers. I mean, this is just really good items this series. It's actually getting a little out of hand. But if Duck goes for another surround, this could get pretty dicey. There's a staff on the Demon Hunter. And yeah, but I really liked Ark's decision. I think it's the right decision. You know, I think if you dive in, you probably lose the game if you're Ark. Just creep up. You got map control. Duck's still at level 2, and you know that because you've been chasing his Death Knight around the whole map. It literally had no HP for the whole time. So now we see Ark tier 3 almost done. Shop going up. Shop timing is good. You know, the bear adept training is good. So timing for Ark's army in tier 3 looking very good.
There's a second crypt coming up. The Demon Hunter was dealing with it a little, so he knows exactly that it's gonna be Gargs again.
Forces are under attack.
Or is he building a third crypt somewhere? No, it's just double crypts. It's probably the same build that we saw on Terranas. And then definitely once again the question, how many heal scrolls can Duck get and how good is the Breath of Fire going to be?
I just don't like this undead style of Ziggurat, Nerubian, Necropolis expansion. I think it's just too late. I mean, I'm a noob, but I think you just want to put that expo up as quickly as you can because now, you know, Duck's got it solidified. Yeah, but look how late these Gargs are. I mean, Ark has so much time to just fully adapt to this and figure out what to do. Like, the tech timing is just so good for Ark. He's yet to go. He's going to go to a shop and grab an orb, I assume, on his Demon Hunter. But his army looks really, really good, man. A Rejuve on the Panda would be nuts. Potion of Greater Mana. He's got the True Shot Aura like we talked about before. I just don't know why undead players are doing that. Maybe there's just something I don't know yet, and maybe Carson can fill me in during the break. But just feels like it's really delayed. I mean, this is just a Garg opener. I don't even think it's Gargs anymore. It just seems like it's way too late.
Is he going Fiends? He has 1,000 gold. He could definitely go for Gargs. There we are. And the thing is, as undead, you get so much gold. You can reproduce your units very, very quickly. You're just overwhelmed with so much mass. You can shoot up from 50 to 80 supply in the blink of an eye. And it doesn't feel like Ark is going to be ready for that. If that happens, he's going to be busy here. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. That was a sweetie, was that. 2 ghouls down. Probably more. And Duck's power is kind of dwindling.
Yeah, I would say so. He's got some good items for that Lich. I mean, that Lich can come out plus 19, which is pretty ballin', shot calling 20-inch rims on the Impalin. But what I think is a huge factor, Neo, is that this Panda is level 3. And you got 2 guards, 4 guards, 6 guards coming out. Duck's going to need to take some serious fights. He needs to farm those archers. He needs to find time to creep. I wouldn't be surprised if Duck goes for like the red camp or like the Merc camp right away. He needs to creep out. I would do like Lab, Merc. You need to get your heroes leveled up, man. I don't know. And I also don't know why Ark's taking so much time. Like, maybe he just doesn't like these archers. He wants like a real late game army. But yeah, I think Duck needs a lot more time than we think he does. Nice fight. Farm these archers, dude. Farm them all. You need every single one.
Yeah, I think they will vanish really quickly. It's starting to get a little dicey for Ark, I feel. And also, what's his point of attack? Where can he go? If Duck is smart, he's not gonna fight in an open field, because why should he? He has a fortified expansion. He knows if that expansion doesn't fall, he will probably win the game. And his main base, like, you know it, never fight into an undead base.
Yeah, I think Duck's aware of like how behind he is too. Double Spirit Tower at the expansion, so he knows that, you know, if Ark just tries to take a fight, I don't have the army yet. And we're seeing like Duck kind of unable to take that fight. We see the Lich getting targeted right away, gets down to 3/4 health, like in a blink of an eye. No coils for the DK. So, like we talked about earlier, this is just not a good time for Duck to try to take a fight. And I guess he's gonna wait for more Gargs, maybe Ghoul Frenzy. He's actually, I think he's fresh out of Ghoul.
That Lich,
okay, he's got 4 on the thing, but this is a huge jack from Ark.
He can still go for this Ogre Magi. He wants it. There's a TP. He needs that TP desperately. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Lich ignited. But still safe thanks to that TP, and the Ankh is ready as well. Is he going for the Lich? That's crazy. No, he's not.
Oh, I thought he was gonna dive in. I was gonna be like,
into 2 towers, 7, 10 Gargs and the heroes. A little ill-advised, but tree is finished in the upper left. So we're going into 2 base. Panda is back as well, and Ark continues to kind of siege, but this is what I was waiting for all along. The Gargs finally able to leave Duck's base and do what they're supposed to do, harass. But can they really? There's an AP already.
I think this AP is actually out of range, which is super
Forces are under
toxic.
attack.
But yeah, Ark's gonna have to move that AP out of the way, but this expansion won't go down for a while. And if you're Duck, yeah, just keep the guards there the whole time. That's totally fine. You're just banking up a ton of economy. But this is a huge jack, and like we said, you gotta take these camps eventually. But you're gonna lose a DK. Oh, fast TP from Duck, but he actually TP'd to the main.
Yeah,
with only half of his stuff. Okay, and Ark's gonna start sieging this main.
he could have saved the DK, or it wasn't really necessary as there was an Ankh, but the Lich would have fallen as well, and now he needs potions. He needs coils, mass repair on these towers, but if you repair against the Panda, you burn your fingers, man, that's for sure. Couple of right clicks necessary, and then this tower should be falling. 1,000 gold for Duck. Big slips in macro, trying to nuke. There isn't even a potion on this Lich, it's just a coil, but the mana for the DK is burned. So that was the last one. And it doesn't really matter what Ark is attacking now. It should be falling.
Yeah, we got the ghouls. I was going to say maybe Ark's overextending a bit, but he actually does a really good job grabbing his bears out before the Nerubian can be microed. Duck's not actually microing his Nerubian at all, just focusing in entirely on the Demon Hunter. The staff is on the Demon Hunter, though. I mean, there's a Potion of Greater Healing, so the Demon Hunter should be fine if Ark just micros normally. But yeah, this is just way too much stuff. And I mean, the expansion can't be sieged with just bears right now, I think, because there's just, I mean, towers are just pretty good. But this is where we start to look at, okay, Ark, what is your transition? You can barely get the expansion up. You need to defend the expansion. Archer's actually coming in to attack the guards that were on hold position, but you know, it's pretty crazy when you can't siege an expansion with just bears and a panda. Level 4 panda, by the way.
It's kind of funny, actually, that the Gargs were not in that fight all the time, just killed the Entangled Goldmine, and now the tree just gave up. Ah, okay, here we go again.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's more worth it, denying this expansion or catching these bears off guard with the guards and with the towers and trying to kill them. I think that blocking Ark's expansion is probably better to keep the guard, but you know, these guards in this main base or this expansion could do a lot of damage. I wouldn't be surprised if Duck maybe brings them back. The DK for some reason is at the top of the map as well, and is Duck just suiciding his expansion?
Yeah, I think he's trading. That's what it looks like. But what's the siege force for Duck, actually? Do we have any ghouls left? I don't think so.
No, there's hardly. No, I think every ghoul has been roasted. There's one token one trying to kill a bear. The one ghoul that could, but yeah, I think Duck's losing a lot of units. Obviously, all the acolytes. Last one going to go down. This last tower is going to go down. So Duck's going to lose the expansion, and he's building frost rooms and more Gargs. GG is called, and Ark just wins.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think like way too much time in Duck trying to get his expansion up. He just let Ark run away with the game too much.
Carson, the expert analysis here for game 2.
Duck GG'd with 1,300 gold.
I didn't want to say that. That's just Duck things, dude.
Yeah, that felt like, I mean, Last Refuge and Duck, there's always a story, right? Like, GGing out after 3.5 minutes because the critters weren't in the right position. Now, with 1,200 gold, I mean, alright. But yeah, that was definitely better played by Ark than game 1, I feel.
Yeah, a lot cleaner, and he dealt with the expansion a lot better. I think that those early archers, I think it was 6-7 archers early on, really, really helped him. And having the wisps in the perfect positions, we talked about that a lot in his previous series. Not utilizing the wisps that are very, very strong in pretty much every matchup nowadays, used very, very commonly. So that pretty much saved him the game. It delayed the expansion enough where he could get that bear attack and then counter expand while punishing Duck's expansion. And I hope to see more of that because I definitely think we're going to see more of fast expansions out of Duck going into Echo Isles.
Alright, that not only did it save him the map, but also his tournament life. Ark stays alive, and will that continue? Will he reverse this series? We're going to see that after a little break. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 starting here. Oh boy. It's kind of sad to say goodbye to one of these fine fellas. But it has to happen, guys. It has to happen. We have to eliminate people here today.
Yeah, I mean, Echo Isles, too, on top to boot. Could be a quick one. Duck just losing game number 2. Is he on tilt? Like Carson brought up earlier, he did leave with 1,300 gold. Maybe the game was still out of reach because, you know, Ark had his expansion secured, Duck didn't. So I wouldn't say it was a preemptive GG. Duck's pretty insightful player, probably thought that the game was lost anyway. But is he on tilt? Is he not? You know, Ark swinging back. Does he have a little bit of confidence? You know, are people barking for him? Could be Ark sweeping Duck, which I think is what Ark needs to solidify his spot in this tournament.
You think so? I think it's the only possibility, yeah, for sure. So
thanks, guys. Wow.
Yeah, that was great, Ricky. Yeah, and also with the level 5 Panda, and even though he had 1,300 gold at the end of that game, Ark was about to have a level 5 Panda, the level 5 Demon Hunter. We saw him getting no coils off, no matter how hard he tried. He had some really nice micro in the early game to deny those mana burns, but, you know, the hero levels were getting out of control. So even if he managed to get, like, a Frost for him, some Abominations out, he wouldn't have been able to ever counter expand again after his first expo died because that Breath of Fire is just too strong. So, yeah, see what Duck can do. See if he can pull it back. At least we finally get a game 3.
Exactly. It's been some time, man, since Seron versus Insub, and that game 3 was an absolute banger. Probably the best match of this tournament here in the Americas. So let's not waste any time. Let's just dive right in. You mentioned it, Bidu. The catchphrase of the man in the upper left for the Night Elf race, bark for Ark. And his opponent probably going for a fast expansion again. He is Scrooge Mac Duck.
Oh, man.
That was a good one, right?
I've never thought of saying that before.
Boom, I'm so smelly. If he goes fast expansion 2 games and he's a Duck, my mind just connects the two things. That's how I work, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this map in particular. Echo Isles, I feel like it's vetoed so much that people have actually considered taking it out of the map pool entirely. I'm excited to see it. I think it really tries to show a lot more close games. You can do like a fast push, double crypt sometimes, mass ghouls, especially in this matchup. Actually, it used to be like a real regular thing, was just the double crypt ghoul push, or a first on this map, especially like going back like 10 years ago, until Demon Hunters started getting broken and just defending it with one hero. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some crazy stuff. Duck, we don't know if he's on tilt. I mean, this is game number 3. This is the do or die. You definitely do not want to screw this up. Is an expansion the smarter play? Maybe. We'll see what Duck wants to end up doing.
There is a lot of options, definitely. But yeah, Duck, it is a DK. It is the double Ziggurat. It is ghouls again. This screams for a 3rd expansion. Could maybe potentially go for a little hidden delayed ghoul rush. If he goes for an expansion, that would be quite one-dimensional, but on this map it's kind of understandable as well, as it's so far away from the Night Elf main base. Ark is scouting for that, brings the Wisp, and even the Acolyte is scouting for it too, so yeah, that's definitely what he's going for. And the Demon Hunter on the other side was hunting down the circlet, rushes over. I was thinking for a second, like, okay, is it maybe some Huntress play, some AP pushes? We see this more and more. Moon has played it, Sonic has played it, but Ark, not the ultra-aggressive kind of guy.
Yeah, I really like that play from Sonic too, like the double hunt. He'll throw down the second AOW like randomly and just double hunt push. I really like that style. He's really been the only like player that pioneered that, especially going up against certain matchups. But yeah, it looks like Duck doesn't have a Blight Skull. This might just be a normal standard game, you know.
But what?
Yeah, tech from Duck. Yeah, it looks like just a normal, standard Echo Isles, beautiful, sweet, silky, smooth game. What do you think about that?
Huh, curious.
Cute, eh? Isn't that nice and cute? I think that's nice and cute.
The town is under siege.
That, yeah, with that, it's pretty damn good that Ark didn't go for an all-in. That could have backfired
A player's
very,
forces
very
are under
heavily.
attack.
Yeah,
It's
Ark
been
putting
some
on a lot of pressure here, taking some damage on his Demon Hunter, but it looks like actually Duck did skill Coil as well, so getting he's just gonna have no mana until level 2. Until he gets that Unholy Aura, but yeah, Ark's sticking around, and when you're going for a tech like this as a Night Elf player, I kind of like it. Put the pressure on the DK. I think it's way more important that that DK doesn't hit level 3 than your Demon Hunter hit level 3, so...
It's interesting that he decided to go for Coil despite knowing that he's going to face a Demon Hunter, but alright.
A player's
Maybe he
forces
Thought
are
Keeper?
under
I have
attack.
no idea. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Where he's playing Standard, when you could probably go
The
Crypt Lord
town is under
Expand and
siege.
just, I don't know, win the game. I'm not too sure.
Crypt Lord.
Not tilted though, Neo. I promise you. Everything's fine. And yeah, I mean, Duck's still not finding time to creep. I mean, Ark was backing off. Oh, surround on the Demon Hunter though. That's one way to
What?
start your creeping process. It's really nice. Can he hold it? Lock it in. There we go. That ghoul's probably gonna die anyway. But the Demon Hunter, I don't even know if he's gonna TP. He might just sack it. Okay, he does TP. Doesn't want to feed any more XP than he needs to. Second ghoul going down level 2. Good TP from Ark.
Yeah, I don't know, man. 2 ghouls for all your moon juice and the TP. I'm never a
player's
big
forces
fan
are
of
under
town polling
attack.
so late. Here it made quite some sense, and since it just turned nighttime, it must have been the right call to do that. But he has to play a lot more defensively now. I don't think he can go rogue like this anymore if there's this danger of being surrounded once again. Then he's dead, and we saw the game derails if you lose a Demon Hunter. That was the prime example of Terran Stand.
Yeah, cat's out of the bag for sure. Duck's gonna be able to creep out level 2 already. Not sure what the next creep camp is. You might actually just go for the marketplace. It looks like Ark's
The
gonna
town is
grab a
under siege.
panda and meet him right there. The game sense on this mad lad. Look at the timing. The timing. He's gonna throw the coil down right before the mana burn. Not gonna do much damage, but it beats no coil at all. So, yeah, I feel like Duck should just start creeping more. Okay, the marketplace isn't there, but rally your ghouls somewhere else. He's bringing them to the top. Is he going to try to cancel Ark's tier 2? Okay,
Yeah.
no, he's bringing him back home.
Forces are
A
under
lot of
attack.
indecisiveness from Duck.
Oh, maybe that was the right call, though, if he gets another surround out with Aura. He's not faster anymore, as we have the sweet boots of speed on the Demon Hunter. And now he scouts the main. He sees, okay, something is different than in Game 1 and Game 2, and there's no second crypt, so Duck is going Fiends.
Yeah, it just looks like standard play from Duck. Probably going to go with Fiend, Statue, A-Bomb later. The good thing for Ark is that he has a Panda, which is pretty good in that regard. You know, it's good against Ghoul Garg, it's good against Fiends. It's just a good hero, a second hero in general, so I like the choice from Ark, and he's just going to start creeping. This is what Duck should be doing, but if Duck's going to start running around here, maybe go for a Creep Jack then. But it looks like the Ghouls, again, just going to run home. This Demon Hunter's got boots, man. He could chase these down, and Duck's just losing units when he should be probably trying to get a level 3 hero. Is he going to know that the archers are here? Oh, he actually ran around. He's not going to see the pathing.
Hello! There we see him. But yeah,
Town is under siege.
Ark needs double level 3 here so bad. He goes for both actually, but I think for Ark it's even worse since like Fiends do damage, Lich will do some damage. Yeah, Coil is nice to have, but in the beginning you mostly lose ghouls anyway. And the Fiends are rather tanky, especially against the Panda. So yeah, speaking of Lich and damage, hello Nova.
Is he going to get another one off before the mana burn? He is. Oh, this could be 2 big Novas. Okay, kind of weird placement on that second one, but he secures the archer kill. And now he just needs to back off. I thought maybe he would Nova in the middle more and try to get a second or third archer. But still good pickoffs from Duck. I mean, he just kind of yeeted his Lich into the fight. Tried to get as many Novas as he could. And the Demon Hunter a little out of position. That was a good pickoff from Duck. But like we said, you need level 3 heroes. And Duck's just kind of waiting for his macro at this point. Tier 3 is done for Duck, which is good. Double Crip and 1 Slaughter. What?
Yeah.
That's not a build order, is it?
That is... that is, I got several question marks over my head right now.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what is going on. Duck's going Garg.
It's a tier 3 rush into Gargs into Statue. That is indeed a very unique build order.
Yeah, I mean, definitely threw everyone off. I don't think Arc was expecting that, but Arc's still going to have the necessary buildings to recover from that anyway, right? It's pretty normal to go into lures anyway, so probably going to see, especially Duck has one guard here. I think this is to trick Arc into... Okay, no, he's building a second guard. I thought this was a trick guard, and he was trying to force Dryads, and then he would just go double pump Fiends, but he doesn't even have the economy to do that. So I don't get it, dude. But it looks like Arc's going to take a lot of damage on his DK, and Duck's going to get the rest of his camp. Potion of Vulnerability, that's very good. And there's not much that Arc can do to contest this anymore. But at the same time, this Panda's 3, look at the claws on the kid. 2 claws plus 6. Going to pass them over to the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter's going to grab an orb. Shop timing looks good. Master Bear training almost done. And again, we're looking into whatever Duck's trying to do is just really slow. I mean, the double crypt guards
is under siege.
Okay, we'll see if it works out. I mean, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
Could be like super meta, like meta, like mind trick. I have no idea.
You think?
He could be a wizard.
He could. Yes.
He could be a wizard.
Yeah, so far I questioned this a bit, but especially he sees the panda. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, nice burns, and this will happen to all these Gargs.
Yeah, the statues here could heal up those ghouls, but I mean, this panda's got boots as well. Blocks on the Lich are good. There's only one coil remaining, and that's a level 1 coil. I don't think this Lich is going to live to see the night of day. He might have to pass that potion of invulnerability. Is he going to? No, not yet, but he might. I can't believe that Duck just saved that Lich. That is actually incredible. That's a mistake that Arc can't make. I know that blocking is hard, but that was honestly a gift. The Demon Hunter a little bit out of position as well. Arc's gonna have control now and steal the remainder of this creeps, and these are crucial for creeps for Duck at this point. The only thing remaining close to his base is the Murloc camp and the Mercenary camp for that level 3 DK. So he might be able to get level 3 if he actually takes a decent fight. There's a lot of archers he could farm. The guard count is getting very high, and yeah, A-bombs behind this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and we don't have stone form. We don't have frenzy, which is kind of okay because we only have 5 ghouls. We also have no destroyer form, which is kind of nice because, yeah, well, it could be good, but it's not really that important. But yeah, I'm still very, 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 very confused. But that's a nice timing here, trying to cancel that Tree of Life, but this is the split actually. Not too
Duck
bad.
Micro, AO Duck Micro in the chat, boys and girls. That was a pretty good play from Duck, and he's actually going to get this expansion. He's only going to lose 1 guard so far, maybe a second one with the burn. Oh, the expansion still lives though. It still lives. And this is very upsetting, but level 3 on the DK, which is good. The Lich could actually try to pick up level 3 from this camp. He's got the orb, he can creep this up very quickly. And, I mean, we're starting to see this undead army, like, Duck is actually doing it. This is a good anti-air from Arc. He's got orbs on both of his heroes. Okay, they do stack. That's a lot of damage. And Arc he's got a good army, but, you know, this army from Duck could actually do it, especially if he gets Disease Cloud. He's able to get maybe 1 more A-bomb, but then he'd be breaking. I don't know, the wood looks weird. Do you expand behind this as Duck? I don't know.
I'm so baffled that he has gold for 2 orbs of venom and it's not making an attempt to go for like mountain giants. Okay. We do have the Abomination transition again. 54 supply and trying to get his second base up as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
Arc's priorities are a little weird here in my opinion. 44 food, but 2 orbs. Alrighty.
Well, he's making double wins. I guess he wants to go hips and then eventually transition into Hippogriff Riders if the archers still live, because it's, I don't know, it allows Duck to maybe transition and still have viability against whatever Duck's gonna do. But here comes a fight, and this is a lot of Gargs, and the Panda with a huge Breath of Fire. He actually misses the breath a bit.
Well, still good damage though. Needs to be careful with this Demon Hunter for sure, but Arc is moving forward for now. Is there anything big coming for Duck? Not really. He has to fight with what he has.
Yeah, this is a big risk too, because Duck's expanding, and this is pretty much his saving grace to like remain in the rest of this game. He's broken 54 supply, and right now he's just got guards against a Panda and mass anti-air, it seems. and no scrolls of healing. I don't think the Lich doesn't. Yeah, the Lich doesn't have everything. Actually, the Lich is gonna back off, and Arc is just gonna continue pushing. Wouldn't be surprised if he just sends like a few units to the bottom to just cancel the expansion. He's just gonna send his units there. Actually, there's not much Duck can do. Level 3 on both heroes, he just doesn't have the damage. Is the Lich going to be able to get off a Nova, though? Oh, no, Mana Burn comes in right after the Invone's done. Little unfortunate, but he's going to bring the ghouls. These archers should die, but the bears are just so strong. And GG's called. Arc actually gets it done.
Arc gets it done, and man, he wanted to prove himself that he belongs in this tournament, that he has justified an invite here for this tournament, and he